Good day, everybody. This is Mr. Shannon coming to you today with You're So Witty TV. Today we have a special guest, Mr. Anthony Walker, and he's going to give us his take on what it is to be a man. We're continuing to run this series on what it is to be a man, and we have different people come on this platform at different times to give us a positive rendition and a take and their outlook on uh, whatever the subject is. And right now, with this subject, what it is to be a man, we're looking forward to hearing what he has to say. So, without further ado, this is Mr. Anthony Walker. Pastor Walker, how you doing, Anthony?
I'm doing good. Praise the Lord. How you doing?
Doing good. What do you prefer I call you? Pastor Anthony? Anthony? What do you prefer? Pastor Walker? How do you want it?
My name is Anthony.
Okay.
I'm a pastor. Whatever you call me is fine with me.
All right. I met you as Anthony, so I'll call you Anthony.
And it is.
All right. Good deal. Good deal. What's your definition of a man? In a matter of, a sentence or a paragraph, what's your definition of a man?
Be Christ-like.
Okay.
And that says a lot, because you want to be someone who's strong, be confident, be a provider. You want to be a protector. You want to be a godly person, just like our Heavenly Father. That's what we want to be, that earthly father. Not necessarily talking about to children, but a creator. And we as men, we should be able to create situations, create a home, create a community, to create a family, to create a brotherhood. So we are creators, and I think a man should be Christ-like, and not just saying, yes, holy, righteous, and all of that, but to be able to, Christ was able to defeat enemies. He was able to restore things, and we should be able to be Christ-like in every sense, spiritually and physically, in the natural rather.
Okay.
So that's my definition.
Yeah, that's good. And like I said, everyone has a different definition, and I like that one. You said restore things, and that was a very good point too. To restore things, and to protect, and to provide. What age would you say you became a man?
Well, I don't know the age. I was in high school.
Okay.
When my dad and mom divorced, then I had to be a filler. I had to step in where he left, and I believe I became a man at around age 16 or 17.
Okay. Good.
A young man, but still a man.
Yeah, it's different for everybody. As long as you embody a lot of those attributes you mentioned earlier. Okay. What would you do to mentor a young Black male today? What steps would you say they need to take at this point to get back on track, if it's even possible?
It's possible, just like marriage is possible. The other thing we was talking about, but it can be hard. It can be hard because you can be that one vessel, that one influence in this person's life, but there are so many other influences out there. Because people, they look to celebrities as though they're demigods or something, and they want what they have, but they don't know what they have to go through to get it. And I'm not talking about hard work and talent and all that. I'm talking about the industry, which is wicked. But people don't want to call things for what they are.
Right. I see.
And so the influencers out there are greater than the one, because there are so many. But if you can just capture that person's attention and get them to see reality, to get them first to see God and to see themselves and to see if they're lined up with God. And that's kind of a difficult place, because it may take time. But you got to get them to see themselves.
And
to understand that okay, is this all life is? Can there be something more than this? You have to get them to understand that there's something greater than the life that we're living, that we're currently living.
Yeah.
But most people like the here and now, and
Right.
so they're going to only do what's going to help them in the here and now.
Yeah, and to get young people to see the here and now versus what's coming after the here and now and all that stuff. A lot of them, they're not trying to hear all that. So
They want the paper, they want the power, they want the prestige, because they see in the media. And I'm always bringing up the media because it's a great influence. They tell us what to say, what to do, how to think, what to believe. They tell us, they feed us all that. That's why they call it programming. It
yeah,
programs us,
yeah,
and they tell a vision. They're gonna tell a vision, somebody else's vision that they want us to grab a hold on to,
right.
and so
Yeah.
it's
Has it
difficult.
has it made the vision made everybody else look at the race in a negative connotation?
The Negro race,
Yeah,
the black race, yeah, it has. It's influenced so many people because if you all you got to do is watch the news and have a conversation with people, and their dialogue, their conversation will mimic what they heard in the news.
right.
I hear that all the time. The same buzzwords, the key phrases, and they are repeating what they heard someone else say.
And
And I
as you
know I pick up on that.
yeah, and as you as a man, or me as a man, when you're out dealing with people, do you feel the need to represent yourself so that that stereotype is broken, or the
I
negative
do,
stereotype is
I do. Especially as a pastor, I do.
yeah.
And you try to talk to the young people, and it's hard to get their ear.
Oh yeah.
And the best way to do it is individually. But sometimes you can talk to a crowd, but a lot of times you can reach somebody, but somebody else will pull them back in. But you can get them individually and get them to see it that way. Become a mentor to someone.
Yeah, right. And that was the whole thing I was saying. As a mentor, your first steps to bringing a young man into the knowledge of the positive things he can be
You
would
got
be
to
what?
show them right or wrong. Just like when you have a young kid and you're raising your own little kid, you got a little son. You
Yeah.
want to teach them right from wrong if that's who you are. Because if that's not who you are, how are you going to teach them?
Right.
I've seen so many people in the wrong bringing up their kids in the wrong as though it's right. And this is how you have to do. This is what you have to do to survive. And so they teach them that.
Mm-hmm.
You can only teach a person what you know or what you think you know.
Mm-hmm. Where are we headed, in terms of the young? I speak on the young Black African American male because I know that they've been vilified in so many ways that now I feel the urge to, it gets deeper in how we got there and all of that. But I just want to start to say, what can I do to reach and teach to get them to be better and to say that you can be better. I tell people your best friend should help you do your best,
Yeah.
So
Each one, reach one.
yeah,
And so you get that one. Just like I'm a pastor, so I'm gonna have to go back to
no.
disciples. Jesus had started with the 12,
Yeah,
and then the disciples went out to make disciples. That's what we have to continue to do. We have to go out as men. We have to go out and make men. So in the words disciples, we want to disciple them. We want to teach them, and so it's gonna. Each one reach one, if I reach one and then teach them to reach one, then it's gonna continue.
yeah. Is it good to reach more than one, or is it spend most of the time?
It's
Well, my
excellent
point
to
of it
reach
is,
one.
in a perfect world, but is it more possible to just get you somebody you can really pour into, or can you pour into a group?
If that group will listen, I mean, a lot of times, there was a movie. What was it? One of those Black Panther movies, Judas and the Black Disciple. I saw that movie, and I watched how this one guy, this one guy influenced a group. To become like militants and all that.
Okay.
And so you could do that way, or you hear about these cults and stuff where one person can influence a group of people. So yeah, there's influence, good in a good way and bad way.
Right.
But yeah, so as men, we can do that if we are equipped and to do that. If we can get their attention and cause them to see in a new light, yeah, we can do that.
How do you compete with all the stuff that's grabbing attention, though? I mean, I
wish I had an answer for that.
Yeah.
I wish I had an answer for that, because that's what I struggled with the ministry. Like I mentioned that there was a lot of women in churches all around, but in mine also no exception. And I would always tell the people there, it takes a congregation to grow a congregation. I can't do it alone, because I'm always meeting people, giving them a card, telling them about the ministry. And I said, but you all have to do the same thing. I said, you want to keep God to yourself like he's a secret? You want to just come? I said, this ain't the Moose Club where we just come in and have all the praise, worship, and a word and maybe some food. They want to keep it small. They said, we like it like this. And I said, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. We're not the Moose Club where we all just come together and just have a little gathering, get together, a social club. And I say, no, we are to make disciples. You are missing. They weren't getting it.
So to make that disciple of a young male in this society right here, you'd almost have to, would you say, chain him to you, keep him close to you at all times? Don't do this, don't do that, or because that one little brief moment that they're not with you, they're being influenced by somebody or something.
And they have to be able to see the consequences of the life they're in. And some of them,
that works for some. Some of it don't, but yeah.
Like I say, and you're right. So that's why it's very difficult to answer. I had two children. I had 2 kids, and I try. You can't discipline them the same. You can't reward them the same, because my daughter, if I looked at her a certain way, she's gonna straighten up. My son, I had to go further with him for him to straighten up. And so it's like that in life too. And so we're out there, we're trying to mentor and foster these kids, and you're gonna have to treat them differently. And so it is a thing. It's not a straightforward answer. You're gonna have to go out there and see what tweak what we're doing and look for new ways. We have to be more stern with some than others.
Yeah. You mentioned something about your daughter and your son. Boys can be a lot tougher to reach in certain areas than girls. Girls have their points too. You made one point. You can look at your daughter and she's like, I better straighten up. Whereas a boy, I had a friend, he disciplined his son, he watched him, and he still got himself in trouble later on in life. Any parting words you would have for a young male or young people that watch this?
Yeah, be not conformed to this world. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may know that what's good, perfect, and acceptable will of God. And you have to, that's my whole transformation, Romans 12:2. But you have to do what's better. It has to be spiritual. You have to have a spiritual connection in this world, because I'll say it in the beginning, we are flawed people. We have flaws, and we're in a fallen world. We're imperfect. And so the world, if we're not careful, the world will eat us up, chew us up, and spit us out. And we want to be able to prosper, even as our soul prospers. So I would just say that you have to have a connection with God first and foremost. If you don't have that, you're lost already. And so you have to see God yourself. Just pray to him. Ask him to guide your life. And even if you go through some hard times, there may be God working in the background. So don't give up. Just keep at it. He may put you on a different path than you're on, And if so, just keep your eye on him. And once you make it through this life, you have a better life to tend to.
Amen. All right. Well, I really appreciate everything that you did and everything that you said and give me some of your time. I wish you all.
About me.
Yeah. I wish you all the best in all your endeavors as well. Ministry, marriage, the whole nine. And we're gonna just keep plugging away here. Hopefully, we can continue to try to reach people. Hopefully, you'll come back and see us again, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Thank you very much, man. All right,
God bless. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching You're So Witty TV. We want to thank Mr. Anthony Walker for his take on what it is to be a man. We will continue this series until its entirety. And right now, I'm enjoying it very much. It is good to see and to hear what people have to say on the subject of what it is to be a man. We ask that if you like what you see, that you like and subscribe. And until the next time, remember, you too are so witty.